This is Ron Clymer, and the name of this session is If Your House is Being Foreclosed On. And this is for people, just regular old people, whose house is being foreclosed on. Now, there's no question this is a big problem, and it's amazing the different solutions that people seek to this problem. Let me suggest your worst solution. Do nothing. Just absolutely sit around and do nothing. It's amazing how many people do this. Now, when your house is foreclosed on, the sheriff is going to bring you out a summons. If that's already happened, you're familiar with that. If you haven't made a payment for 60, maybe 90 days, that's going to happen sometime in the near future. This is nothing bad. It's just a summons, and you're bound to answer this. Be a good time to call an attorney if you intend to. If you just sit around and do nothing, this process can take as much as a year. Now, it's amazing how many people move out of their house when it's being foreclosed on. They move somewhere else and start paying rent. This is foolish. You got to live somewhere. Go ahead and live in the house, because the bank's probably going to come back and sue you after the foreclosure for what's known as a deficiency judgment. You owe them money, they're going to sue you to pay them the money. Now, the bank will probably sue you for that. Now, let me suggest this to you. While you're living in the house, and you can live there, like I say, for as much as a year, and this is not going to, nobody's going to sneak up on you and say, oh, you got to be out of here tomorrow. It doesn't happen that way. The sheriff is going to bring you paperwork. You're going to always know what happened. And you can educate yourself as much as you like, and evidence that you're watching this video indicates that you're interested in educating yourself and understanding this. So stay in the house if you want to, if you got to stay somewhere, and figure out a solution. Now, there's a solution called loan modification. I don't know too many people that have had too much success with this. But then again, maybe I expect too much, maybe other people expect too much. But a loan modification is where the bank says, we'll modify the terms of your mortgage. Well, let's say your house is worth $200,000 today, and you owe $300,000 on it. Well, what I think should happen is they should lower the balance to $200,000. But I can tell you from observation, that's pretty unlikely to happen. What's more likely to happen is they might lower your interest rate from 6%. By the way, on $300,000, that's $18,000 a year, to 2%, which on $300,000 is $6,000 a year. Well, that's like a $100,000 mortgage at 6%. So maybe that's worth pursuing. However, I will tell you this, if you do pursue that as a solution, don't be disappointed if it doesn't work, because my observation is it doesn't work more than it does. But give it a shot. What do you got to lose? You can do that simultaneously while you're doing other things. Now, here's another choice you might consider. Pay for your house. Pay for your house. You know, there's a term we use today in real estate, underwater. That term didn't even exist 5 years ago, but today it's a very common term, and it means your house is worth $300,000, your house is worth $200,000, and you owe $300,000, so you're underwater or upside down. Well, okay, it's amazing in America how quickly we forget things. You know, I can remember in recent history when we were having 32% appreciation in Orlando. You go out and buy a house for $100,000 a day, it'd be worth $132,000 this time next year, $162,000 next year. Well, when that was happening, everybody thought that was going to keep on happening. Well, today we're in the reverse. We're in a declining market. Everybody seems to believe it's going to stay that way. Well, I don't think it's going to stay that way. We're going to have a new president soon, I hope. And even if we don't, or even if we do, I think the old president might do something drastic to try to keep his job. Who knows what's going to happen in the future? And the answer is nobody. But that doesn't mean that you can't go out and make those payments on your house and stay in there. Now, if you don't own your house, you got to pay rent to somebody else. That's the rules. So if you move out of your house, move somewhere else, you're going to be paying rent somewhere else. Now, here's the only plan that makes any sense to me. Only plan that makes any sense to me: if you can't pay for your house, you can't get your loan modified, sell the house. Anytime you own something you can't afford to pay for it, sell it's the only thing that makes any sense. Now, it wasn't long ago when this was hard to do. Today, this is half the market in Orlando, Florida. All you got to do is call a realtor. Hold on, I got to have a sip of water. All you got to do is call a realtor, list your house with that realtor. The realtor sells it. Now, think about this. The bank is not stupid. They know your house is worth $200,000. They know you owe them $300,000. They know you haven't made a payment lately. They're pretty sure you're not going to in the future. They know if they foreclose on the house about a year from now, they will become the owners of it. They'll have to go through all the process of selling it, which includes listing it with a realtor, paying the realtor commission, take care of the carrying costs, keep the swimming pool blue, clean up this, clean up that. They know that, and they know exactly how much that costs because they've done it thousands of times throughout America. So they know what the deal is. Well, rather than let that happen, they're willing to let you go ahead and list it with a realtor. Realtor sells it for, say, $200,000. That's what it's worth. They sell it for $200,000, and when they do sell it for $200,000, realtor gets a commission, closing costs are paid. And today, I understand from many of my students at Clymer School of Real Estate that frequently they're giving you money at closing just to get out and make sure that you don't do any malicious damage as you leave. And by the way, if you got any notions that you should commit malicious damage, like taking out the kitchen cabinets and tearing up the carpet and stuff like that, that is the most foolish thing you could possibly do. There's absolutely no upside to that. And it's not the bank's fault that you're in this predicament. It's your fault. And the sooner you come to that realization, the better off you're going to be. But here's what you need to do. List the house with a realtor, get it sold, get a few shekels, get out the door, get on with your life. Make sure you have an attorney so that you don't get sued for a deficiency judgment after you do that, and you're done. You say, gee, I wish that hadn't happened, but it did. Now, if you don't know a good realtor, you feel free to call me at that number, 407-822-3926. I can recommend you a good realtor no matter where you are, because I'm tuned into who's doing this. And by the way, remember this, whether you're doing a loan modification or you're doing it's called a short sale when you do what I just described, do not commit fraud. There is nothing worth committing fraud for. A lot of people committed fraud when they got their mortgage. They lied about their income, they lied about their job history, they lied about this, they lied about that. If you look down at the bottom of that form, it says, if you're lying, it's perjury. It's a crime. It's fraud. They put people in jail for committing fraud. So don't do anything that's fraudulent. By the way, since you're here on your computer, you might want to go to eZine Articles, that's E-Z-I-N-E Articles, and read my article, How to Get Super Cheated While You're Being Foreclosed On. Because I'm not going to take the time in this video to describe that scenario, but don't let some scammer come in and scam you. You deal with a realtor, somebody that's a member of the National Association of Realtors. If you don't know what that means, check it out and find out what it means and make sure that you are. If I can help you in any way, I'm Ron Clymer. I'm at Clymer School of Real Estate. By the way, if you need to make more money, why not get your real estate license and make more money selling real estate? If I can help you in any way, give me a call, 407-822-3926. Get out of this problem. Thanks.